Good day, everybody. Hope you had a great Memorial Day weekend, and hope you were safe, and hope you were practicing safe social distancing. That's always good. Even though we're kind of like into the acceptance that we're phasing out of it a little bit, and people are taking advantage of it, I still think it's really good just to have some precautions out there. You just never know. And I saw a lot of people this weekend, and they were taking precautions, and that was good. That was really good to see. Anyways, we wanted to keep you up to date with what's going on with Passion Student Ministry. This week on PSM Daily, we'll have some guests later on this week. It should be really good. I have some really just fantastic guests coming in, and I really want you to check them out and join us for that. Also, I wanted to let everybody know that if you're intending on doing the Caffeine in Christ this Thursday, it wasn't. We're not going to meet. And but here's the thing: we've been talking with each other. A lot of us that meet on a really good basis on Thursday night. I know a lot of people are in and out and they're scattered and they come every once in a while, whatever. But there's like a core group of people that just meet every Thursday, and we have decided to just pause for a second and just kind of revamp what we do on Thursday nights as far as Caffeine in Christ. And it might look completely different in a couple of weeks, but it's still going to be us getting together, having conversation. But let's face it, right now and in the past 2 months, we haven't been able to be in our setting as a fresh expression, which being a coffee shop. And that was really cool. And I think that's kind of taken some of the charm out of it. But at the same time, we kind of do the same thing every week, and we're just kind of like, oh, we can do something else now. I think, we've been doing the same thing for a year. It's been a year that we've been doing Caffeine in Christ. So we're going to sit back, we're going to pray about it, we're going to pause and reflect and discern, and come up with some ideas and see if we can't revamp it a little bit and make it something better, make it something more enjoyable and fresh. And that's what we're looking for. It's just something fresh. I always like to keep things fresh. So with that in mind, we got to look into the future a little bit, because although we're not going back right away, we are forming task forces around church and coming together with teams, and we're going to try and put our phases into action of getting back into person to person, face to face. And it's not going to look the same. And I think it's going to be different. But there's positives in all of it. I really do believe there's positives that are going to come from all of this. And it might not look completely different. The rest of the, who knows? I mean, it's going to look different for a reason at first, because we're trying to practice safe social distancing and put on all of our precautions out there for the COVID. But the thing is, it's really just kind of put some ideas into a lot of people's heads into wanting to make it fresh, coming back into church with a fresh approach. How that looks, the ideas are there. We're getting them in motion, but I promise you, you're going to enjoy it. It's going to be really cool. And it's a work in progress right now. That's why I don't want to give too much out. But I can promise you this, you're going to enjoy it. You're going to have a lot of it's going to be a transition, but it's going to be good. Promise you that. Now, last week, real quick before we break, and hopefully you'll join us for the rest of the week with our special guest, but I wanted to bring up something. Last week, a guy by the name of Ravi Zacharias, maybe you've heard of him, maybe you haven't. He was a Christian thinker, speaker. He had a ministry. He was based out of Atlanta, and he was a great proponent of something called apologetics. Now, I don't want to get too much into what this means and what that means, and if you ever get the chance, though, I would like you to at least stop and watch one of his YouTube videos. There's plenty of YouTube videos capturing his speeches, if not debates. He had some really good collegiate debates on campuses, and I have one on DVD where he was at Yale, and it's just remarkable, because what he really wanted to do was approach doubt and Christian Christians who had questions and doubt and fears. And he also wanted to approach the agnostic people and the atheists. And what I'm getting to basically is he was a great mind and a fantastic follower of Jesus. And there was a while there in my life where I just felt like every time I got to see this guy or read a book or just sit there and listen to him on the radio or whatever, he used to have radio spots too, I just felt like I was having some doubts and questions answered. And it wasn't just like, somebody just coming along and going, it's because it's the way it is, He broke it down for you. He really just put things into perspective and he helped you understand them in a way that you could. And he was very smart. He was a very scholarly speaking person, but at the same time, with the thoughts and doubts that you have, sometimes they're smarter than what we are, and he could answer them for you. And I really enjoyed him, and I'm going to miss him terribly. If you happen to get a chance, like I said, to catch one of his YouTube videos of him speaking, or just want to go out and read one of his books or articles, they're everywhere. They're all over the place. Google it, you'll find it. But I can honestly say that there's not too many people in this world, especially with ministry and ministers and people that are great minds in contemporary Christian culture. I can't say there's a lot of them that I like. A lot of them. A lot of them do something for me. A lot of them have spoken into my heart. But this guy, he answered a lot of the questions that I had. Like, bottom line, broke it down. And not too many that I can think of other than him have done that for me. So I really appreciated him. I really liked him a lot. And I know a lot of us have doubts, and we walk around with a lot of doubts in our lives. And this is just an opportunity for me to share this guy with you because he answered a lot of my doubts and a lot of my fears and a lot of my questions. So if you ever get a chance to check Ravi Zacharias out, please do. Until then, I hope you join us the rest of the week with our special guests. And be smart, be safe, and be of God.